Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. Sorry I didn't upload for the past few days. I've just been running into problems. I was doing really well in the beginning with the Bible, and I was reading the Bible every day for the most part. And then, I don't know, there came a time a few months ago where it became much harder. And I don't know what that was about, but I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to adjust my routine. I'm trying to dedicate time each day to read the Bible. And I actually read today's chapters the other day when I was eating my lunch. And today's chapters are great. I believe it's what people refer to as the Sermon on the Mount. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but if that's not correct, but that's what it seems like. And oh man, it's such good chapters today. I'm so excited to just see what the rest of the Bible has to talk about and to go over. And um, getting through the Old Testament was hard. So I'm just curious to see what the New Testament has to offer. Yes, things are going good. My husband is working at a new job finally, and he has an opportunity. He had an interview yesterday to get a job for what he went to school for HVAC. So we're praying about that. And I feel like this year, God's really going to do a lot of work in us this year. And we're going to have a lot of breakthroughs. And I feel really good about this year. And I'm just really excited that I get to share it. Like, that's just, you know, um, I started doing these videos because, God guided me to do these videos, but it's interesting to see how so many changes are happening and I'm getting to share it, in real time. And I was just talking about this with someone the other day about how hearing someone's testimony and when they're already like on the other side of it and just hearing a quick brief, overview of their testimony and then actually witnessing someone's testimony in real time and witnessing their change in real time is very different. And I'm getting to witness what God's doing in my life. I'm getting to witness what he's doing in my husband's life, in our marriage. I'm getting to see how he's working in someone else I know. And my best friend that I've known since I don't know, middle school or high school. And so it's really cool to see how he works and does things and transforms people. And I don't know, it's really special. And I'm just very grateful God came into my life. And if you're new to my videos and you're curious what I'm doing, God came into my life a little over a year ago. I would say probably a year and a half now. And he saved me from a dark path. And I went through a lot in my life. And every time I tried to make progress in my life and make positive changes, I just never was able to really have anything that stuck. And I was starting to lose hope. And God came into my life, and it was um, amazing the way he did it. I'm going to actually make a full testimony video when I'm done reading the Bible, and I'll share all the details. But he came into my life. He started to work in me. I started reading the Bible, started praying. A few months later, I started going to church every Sunday. And yeah, God's worked in me so much. He's been healing so much of the pain I've carried around and the anger and the hurt. And he's been helping me get past, um, barriers and walls that have been holding me back from making positive changes in my life. And he's just doing so much, and it's just very fascinating. And I feel very grateful that I'm able to record it in real time and share with you guys, and read the Bible like this, like the way I'm doing it, and share what it's really been like along the way. Because let's be honest, when you're reading the Bible for the first time, maybe even the second time, you're kind of like, sometimes just like, what is going on? I know I've felt that way a million times. So if you're interested in reading the Bible or giving God a chance, you know, the best thing to do to start would to be to start praying and start reading the Bible. Reading the Bible can be difficult, but the best thing you can do is pray and ask God for help with understanding the Bible. And you're welcome to read along with me if you'd like. Check out my playlist on my channel. Day 1 and 2 are the only days that don't have the recording of the chapters for those days, so you'll need to look those up yourself. You can Google them. There's free Bible apps. If you want a physical Bible, just pray and ask God to guide you to one. Even if you don't have money, say, God, I really want a Bible, but I don't have money. Can you please help me get a Bible? Trust me, God will help you get a Bible because that is important. He wants you to read the Bible. He wants you to get to know him. And if you're truly, genuinely wanting to seek him and get to know him, he will help you. So, I hope whether it's with me or someone else or on your own, I do not care. What's most important is that you give God a chance. You start praying, start reading the Bible, and just give it a chance. Give it a real chance, because I'm telling you, once you really start genuinely trying to seek him and you start going down that road and God starts pulling you out of the darkness into the light, you're not going to want to go back. You're not going to want to go back to the darkness. Your flesh, your body will, here on earth, your flesh will want to pull you back into the darkness. The enemy is going to want to pull you back into the darkness. But once you have that footing with God and he starts to pull you into the light, you're gonna want to fight. You're gonna want to fight to keep going down the path with God. You're gonna want to keep going with him, because you'll see, pay attention. You'll see when you read the Bible, you may be frustrated sometimes, you may be confused sometimes. There's even been times where I was upset with God and angry with him when I read the Bible, but there was always this weird peace, deep down. And I think it's my spirit, my soul was just kind of deep down knew, this is right, this is good. You're feeding your soul, when you read the Bible. You're getting to know God, your creator who created you. I'm speaking right now. The breath in my lungs right now is from God. God breathes life into us. That is where it comes from, is him. So you're never going to feel full. You're never going to feel fully. You're always going to have something missing until you start connecting with your creator, God. There's always going to be something missing. And you will notice that when you start seeking God and you truly are starting to get to know him and bring him into your life and allow him and give him permission to start transforming you and working in you, he's going to fill something in you that no one on earth can. Not a child, not a parent, not a loved one, not money, not things, not a home. Nothing here on earth or human can fill that except for God, because God's our creator and he created all of this. He created us. He created everything that we live, the earth, everything, the animals, all of it. So when you start to connect with him and you really dive into that with him, he will fill that. And you don't even know how to pinpoint it. You just know deep down there's something missing, but you don't even know what it is. It's God. That's what's missing, is God. So just give him a chance, because if you're like me and you've tried everything else, I've tried medication, I've tried natural remedies, I've tried diet changes, I've tried exercise, I've tried changing jobs, I've tried different loved ones. I ended up getting married and having a daughter. I thought that would, I'm like, oh, once I have a husband and a child, things will be better, that didn't work either. Therapy, multiple therapists, different types of therapy. I've tried so many things. I've tried even hypnotherapy. I've tried, just so many different things. I've tried different psychologists, doctors, different types of things, different types of medications, natural, and then, Western medicine, I've tried So many different things. I've tried meditation, exercise, changing my diet, just so many things, and nothing ever fully helped me. Maybe some things helped me temporarily, but nothing ever fully lasted. Nothing and grew. When you start to get to know God, He helps you, gives you hope again. He brings you out of the darkness into the light, and it's something that lasts as long as you keep continually getting to know God and spending time with Him through prayer and reading the Bible, and you keep genuinely still trying to seek Him out. You will continue to, He will continue to help you and bring you into the light and help you fight going back into the darkness. And then also, too, it's not empty hope, it's real hope. It's not, oh, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but you never seem to get to it. With God, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you will get to it. With God, He's the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, He's real. He's real. And all you have to do, it doesn't cost you any money. You don't have to go to church and give a bunch of money. You don't have to go and buy out some expensive Bible. Just go right now into your closet, the bathroom, your car, somewhere alone, and just start praying. I don't even care like what you say. Just say, God, help me. God, whatever, just speak from the heart, and God will guide you from there, because God knows your heart, and He knows if you're genuinely ready and you're genuinely trying to seek Him out, and you will find Him. But be patient. Don't treat God like He's some magician and He's gonna, or a genie, and you're gonna be like, God, I want you to appear to me right now. Like, God knows what He's doing. God knows what's going on, and if He doesn't answer you right away, there's a reason for that. And so you have to just keep trying, keep getting to know Him, keep seeking Him out, and He will take care of the rest, and He will guide you from there. So good luck to you. I hope you give Him a chance. It is the best thing you'll ever do. Since I started getting to know God, it's been hard. It's been a roller coaster for sure, but the more deeper I go down this path with Him and allow Him to work in me and transform me and change me from the inside out, there's nothing that can compare to it. And I have more happiness and joy and fulfillment and purpose and love in my life than I've had my whole life. And it's because of God. So just to make that clear. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. Let's get into today's chapters. I'm really excited because you hear people talk about this Sermon on the Mount by Jesus, and it's like I actually got to read it this time, and it's beautiful. God is such a poet, and He's so, I think He just beautiful with His words. So I'm very excited for today's chapters.
And seeing the multitudes, He went up on a mountain, and when He was seated, His disciples came to Him. Then He opened His mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For assuredly I say to you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one tittle will by no means pass from the law till all is fulfilled. Whoever therefore breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches men so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you, that unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you, that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment, and whoever says to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whoever says, you fool, shall be in danger of hell fire. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar, and go your way. First, be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Agree with your adversary quickly, while you are on the way with him, lest your adversary deliver you to the judge hand you over to the officer, and you be thrown into prison. Assuredly, I say to you, you will by no means get out of there till you have paid the last penny. You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you, that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. Furthermore, it has been said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I say to you, that whoever divorces his wife for any reason except sexual immorality causes her to commit adultery, and whoever marries a woman who is divorced commits adultery. Again, you have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to the Lord. But I say to you, do not swear at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, nor by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Nor shall you swear by your head, because you cannot make one hair white or black. But let your yes be yes, and your no, no. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one. You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you not to resist an evil person. But whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. If anyone wants to sue you and take away your tunic, let him have your cloak also. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go with him 2. Give to him who asks you, and from him who wants to borrow from you, do not turn away. You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward have you? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet your brethren only, what do you do more than others? Do not even the tax collectors do so? Therefore you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. Take heed that you do not do your charitable deeds before men, to be seen by them. Otherwise you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Therefore, when you do a charitable deed, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory from men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charitable deed may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly. And when you pray, you shall not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the corners of the streets, that they may be seen by men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. But you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. And when you pray, do not use vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Therefore do not be like them, for your Father knows the things you have need of before you ask him. In this manner, therefore pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Moreover, when you fast, do not be like the hypocrites, with a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces that they may appear to men to be fasting. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. But you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that you do not appear to men to be fasting, but to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. The lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in you is darkness, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow nor reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? Which of you, by worrying, can add 1 cubit to his stature? So why do you worry about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. And yet I say to you that even Solomon, in all his glory, was not arrayed like one of these. Now if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Therefore, do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? For after all these things the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Judge not, that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me remove the speck from your eye, and look, a plank is in your own eye? Hypocrite! First remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn and tear you in pieces. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be opened. Or what man is there among you who, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will he give him a serpent? If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him? Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter by the narrow gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there are many who go in by it. Because narrow is the gate, and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. Beware of false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you will know them. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, and done many wonders in your name? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. But everyone who hears these sayings of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it fell, and great was its fall. And so it was, when Jesus had ended these sayings, that the people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes.
There we have it, guys. There's so much just wisdom and just, I don't know, just such great things in there, such great teachings, such great, it's just great. It's just great. When I read it the other day, I was like, wow, this is so good. And I also had the thought, I was like, wow, I wonder what it would have been like to be there in person and listen to him talk and say these things. I wonder what he looked like. And I wonder like what he sounded like and how he carried himself, and just to be in his presence and like I bet you, I don't know, it would just been like those people were so blessed. Like, yeah, I know they lived through a hard time and everything, but to actually be there in person in that time when Jesus was alive and like there, and then to be there at the mountain when when he goes through his teachings, like through all these things that he said, like how special is that? I wonder if anyone there knew, like how special that was, or like if there was anyone there that knew that that was God, or I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I'm excited to see what the rest of the book of Matthew talks about. I'm just I knew for a long time I was really excited to get to the part where in the Bible where it talks about Jesus, and to now finally be here at the part where it talks about Jesus. It's like, wow. It's pretty cool. I'm not excited for the darker stuff, um like what happens on the cross and everything, but I I think it's just, it's hard to read about what happens to him, um and then how his disciples die. It's just sad. But I know it's all for good reasons. So, and I like the part in where I forget which verse it is in which chapter, but it talks about how, you know, your reward in heaven is worth it, because that's what I've been believing for a while now. I'm like, why would God allow us to go through all this darkness and nonsense here on earth, And heaven has to be worth it. Otherwise, I don't believe that God would put us through any of this. I really don't. I think heaven is 100 million% worth whatever God is doing with us here on earth in our lives while here. I truly, truly believe that. And that alone, that belief alone, just helps me so much, because then I'm like, yeah, I don't have all the answers. I don't know why 100%. Like, I don't understand why God created us, why God created all of this, why we're here, why we're going through all of these things, why I had to go through all the hard things I went through. And maybe the hard things that are to come, like, why are we going through all this? What's the point? You know? And, but even though I don't have all those answers, one thing I have learned about God is God will not put you through something or allow you to go through something if it is not worth it in the end. And sometimes that means, you won't get that full benefit or reward until heaven. But I believe that heaven is worth it. It has to be worth it, because it doesn't make sense otherwise for us to be going through all of this. So I think that that's what I believe, is heaven is 100 million% worth everything that we go through here. So anyways, well, I have to go, guys, but I hope that everyone is having a good week, and I hope that if you've made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. I hope that you just remember, don't forget to spend time with God. Keep fighting through the flesh, keep fighting through the enemy, keep praying, keep reading the Bible, keep trying, and keep asking him for help and to overcome your flesh, and it will get better. So don't give up. Okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for some more chapters.